So yeah, I just muted us. But yeah.
You tell me you're going to talk
So
first.
the video's showing now.
That's what's, the beginning of the show.
Yeah.
Right, I got you. That's pretty cool, dude.
It would help if I...
She did. Technical difficulties.
It'd help if I would mute the
You got
laptop.
a lot going on. It's crazy. Like I think people should appreciate what you got going on here, Brian Stephens.
I hope that they do.
Good to see you.
It's good to see you, my friend.
Yes.
We had our video intro, the new video intro.
You're busting balls, man.
Dude, I'm trying to turn
got
this
a lot of
into
other work coming in, I think, is what's going on. He's got a lot of free time.
Truth is stranger than fiction, my friend.
As soon as Brian gets a lot of work going on, there goes that fucking intro.
Hey, welcome to Suds and Buds. That's Mike Speenberg.
It's Brian Stephens.
And we're just two average guys with not so average jobs who really love beer. And
I really love beer for me to be here with you this week. I thought about driving past you.
Yeah, I kind of got that feeling from your text.
1,700 miles, man, this week. I had a busy week, but it was fun. I mean, but it was a lot of driving. So,
well, that's
Can
part
we
of
have
what
a
you
beer?
said. Yes, let's have a beer. While you're opening that beer, let me talk about our sponsor because that's how we keep the lights on. That's how I keep my mortgage paid and all that good stuff. Session Ace is the sponsor for our wonderful podcast. And you'll notice there the website, sessionace.com. We came out with a brand new cymbal cleaner this week called Session Ace Shine for the drummers out there. It's an amazing way to bring back the life and the sustain and the shimmer that's in your cymbals.
doing floors now or something? What the fuck?
But if you go to sessionace.com, there's a lot of other great stuff there, including in-ear monitors. And the great thing about these in-ear monitors, they're studio grade, studio quality sound that you can use for almost anything. You can use them at the gym. You can use them while you're running on a bike. You can use them while you're watching TV late at night and you don't want the wife to hear whatever it is you're looking at or listening to, any of those stuff. But there's lots of great stuff at Session Ace that you can check out. And that certainly, by going to sessionace.com, you certainly help us to keep the lights on. You help me to keep the lights on, to be honest.
A lot of lights in here. You know what else is funny is that camera right there. Do me on that camera right there. Can you do me on that camera right there?
Well, I'm not going to do you.
Well,
but
I got to
put you
stop
there.
wearing black 'cause I look like a floating head.
You do. Look at that. See?
It's like a... Yeah, Brian! It's like patriotic floating head. So I got to start wearing colors in here, man.
Yeah, well, see, I wore something that was dark, but it's kind of a gray and a reflective,
It's very
vest.
drummer outfit. I don't think I can pull off the vest and the short sleeve t-shirt.
Probably not, but that's okay.
You got it going
There's
on.
other things that you do that make you so incredibly awesome.
Yes, thank you very much. I appreciate it. I've been told that.
I'm not going to ask by who this week, but
Work. I've been working, and nobody's told me this week I'm fantastic. Actually,
So,
nobody's told me I'm an asshole this week.
So what are we drinking today? We're drinking Bell. Read that bottle there and tell
some
tell
kind of
people what we're
porter,
drinking.
robust porter, Bell's, Comstock, Michigan.
All right, so this is Bell's Porter, and put it right there so people can see the bottle real nice. And so this is what I've never had this before, but from what I've had people tell me, this is a good middle of the road porter.
It's a good beer.
Yeah.
I'm not a guy that likes dark beers, so like heavy dark beers.
Right.
And I was the Guinness beer spokesman for the city of Atlanta in 2005. Do you remember that?
Oh, yeah.
And they bought me a Oscar de la Renta suit.
Yes.
And I had to drink Guinness, and it was when the Guinness first came out with the bottle with that thing in it. Mm-hmm. And you see how I retained all the Guinness and all. That's what I would say.
Yeah.
Everybody's got this thing in it. And people who are really into Guinness would come sit, and I had to pretend that I knew what I was talking about. And I would drink black and tan because I couldn't handle straight Guinness.
Yeah.
But this is good. It's not as thick.
No, it's not nearly as thick. It's got a little of that coffee taste that you'd normally associate with a real dark beer, but it's not overpowering. And it's kind of clean. Have you ever had Amberbach? Like back in the day, Amberbach was one that I really liked if I wanted kind of a darker beer.
Right.
It was made by like Anheuser-Busch or something like that, but it tasted good. It had a craft beer kind of taste to it. This reminds me a lot of Amberbach.
Still too dark for me personally, but it is a good beer. I do like it. Like I don't.
It's clean. It's clean. It doesn't have a lot of dirty kind of taste to it. Or
Generally, to me, the porters like this are so heavy. I can't eat Can you eat and drink that?
No, there's too much flavor. That's the one thing about me and beer that's different from most people. For me, with food, I generally either drink water or tea or sometimes like a Diet Coke or something, because beer's got too much flavor. It influences in a way that I don't like. It influences the taste of whatever food I'm eating. So no, I generally don't. I'll drink a lot of beer before, a lot of beer afterwards, but not during.
I feel you. Well, I like it. It's pretty good.
Yeah, it is good. It's if you want something that's dark but that's not heavy, it doesn't sit on your tongue. Guinness will sit on your tongue. Yeah, it kind of coats your tongue a little bit. This doesn't do that. Well,
that's what I like. I can't believe I don't like Guinness. I can't believe I don't like Guinness when I like people who sit on my tongue. I mean, gosh, they should put that on their bottle. For those of you who like people to sit on your tongue, this is a very fantastic beer for you.
That might be why they hadn't gotten more traction.
Right.
Maybe. Right. A catchphrase.
Right.
Guinness needs a catchphrase.
Well, you know whose motto that should be? Schlitz.
Oh,
get it? Yeah. Schlitz, get it? That didn't go anywhere with you?
I got it. I
can do your joke on here, son of a bitch. 4-page long. Before this show, I had to sit downstairs in Brian's kitchens for 10 minutes while he went over his joke. No kidding. If you know anything about joke writing, this joke was seriously, where is it? Where's that notebook?
It's downstairs.
Yeah, sure it is.
I left it. 2
pages yeah. of writing. Like serious.
No. Let's frame it for everybody so they understand. I'm not trying to be a stand-up comic.
No.
That's your gig. The hardest...
thought I lost my gig there for a second.
I was going to say, hardest gig in the world, by the way. A couple of weeks ago.
Oh, no, by no means hardest gig in the world.
Man.
Why do you think a couple weeks ago what?
All right, so a couple of weeks ago, I went down to Biloxi and I played at a casino, right? Played with a band I'd only played with one time, playing 4 hours worth of songs I normally would never play.
Right.
And they also used a lot of tracks and other accompaniment stuff in with the regular band. So the songs are... You have to know the song to play those. It was one of those last minute emergency calls. Hey, we need a drummer to get down here and be here tonight.
Did they take you down there in a drummer like ambulance? Because it was an emergency.
I drove like I was one.
Did you really?
A drummer ambulance.
The Cherokee?
Mm-hmm. 90 miles an hour all the way down.
Yeah. Show my floating head again.
Look at that.
It's like a bad podcast horror movie. Just my fucking head floating there like funny. That.
Hey, I think that's the same C.W. Garrett that I might have went to school with. Hey there, man. Good to see you.
What's the C.W. stand for?
If I were a better person.
He can hear me, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
so
just type it in. Type it in the comments.
Type it. He already did. If you know he's. Oh, you saw he was listening. You didn't see
he's right there. See, it says C.W. Garrett the third.
Oh, damn. So there's 2 other C.W.s he could call to figure out what the fuck it means.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Pretty good.
See, you're quicker than I am.
Right, and it didn't take 2 pages of notebook.
so
it didn't waste a tree fucking with useless fucking comedy.
So I do this thing in the mornings. People that have followed the stuff that I do know this. I do a thing called morning pages where you write extemporaneously for 3 pages, which for me is almost an hour if I'm writing as fast as I can. 45 minutes to an hour. And so
she's only write 3 pages?
Well, I write really small. If I wrote big, I could be done in 10 minutes and it'd be over with. But the idea...
I don't get all right. Great.
So
there's beer snob Atlanta, huh?
Yeah.
That's how you were acting right there with the vest.
That's right. So the idea, if you read Julia Cameron's book, The Artist's Way, she has this exercise she starts you out on day 1. And the whole idea is that you just dump whatever's in your brain at the moment onto this page. Sometimes it reads like a journal entry. Other times it's a cool idea. Other times
that's what you do first thing in the morning. Before Pornhub. Yeah. No way.
Yeah, because
that's why you write so slow, is because you have to write around your hard wiener. You haven't gone to Pornhub yet. You have to write around it. And it's slower to write that way. We know what's going on here with you, Brian Stephens.
But when you wake up, what are they? Is it your theta waves? I think that are the strongest in the morning. And so anything that's
your theta waves.
I think that's what it is. I read this the other day.
Quit that band. you know, Marley covers and shit. Fucking theta waves. What is a theta wave? Give me one right now. Throw one at me. Oh, fuck.
See, I have to put lasers in the recorded version of this. So the idea is that for the first hour or two that you're awake, after you've had 6 to 8 hours worth of sleep, your brain is in this very highly creative state. It's also in a real fragile state. And so what you're trying to do is you're trying to give the creativity a place to be, but you're also supposed to give yourself a place to be fragile so that you know how to protect your inner artist the rest of the day. That's the whole idea in the exercise. And so the other day I wrote 2 pages of a joke. Or it's actually a couple of jokes all in one big monologue.
Yeah, he had me with the first minute and a half. I liked him. And then the dog started barking at him and heckling him. And I wish I was making that up. And when your jokes are so bad, your dog starts barking at you.
Yeah, it might be time.
I thought, hey, don't get like that, dude. It's not morning. You're not fragile anymore.
Yeah, that's
so
right.
Stop acting like that. I'm dealing with enough of that shit right now, buddy. You quit that fucking pouting.
Okay. Yes. So that's the other reason I've had friends that I've had friends that have asked me what the show is about. That's the number one question. Absolutely. And the second thing is it's a show that gives me a chance I have to put my armor on a little bit.
Well, no, it makes me creative. It makes me quick. It makes me quicker and faster at what I do. It gives me it loads my gun.
We're playing catch.
Yes. And sometimes we're good, sometimes we're bad. Last time, I thought last show kind of sucked. We didn't have a rhythm.
Yeah.
Today's rhythm's been good so far. You started out with that fantastic joke downstairs, and I think you just kind of set a precedent for how good we're doing.
So,
I think I'm also better when I'm coming off shows.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Like I think the last time we did the show was coming on to shows.
Right.
Right? Yeah.
So you've had what, 8 nights now or something? You've had several nights now.
I did last Tuesday. I headlined last Tuesday. I headlined Stardome in Birmingham. Yeah. Or last Wednesday. Then Thursday, Valentine's Day, I had Columbus, Georgia, at the Loft, which is one of my favorite places in the world. So was the Stardome. And then Friday I was off, so I went back to Birmingham and stayed in the hotel. Saturday I drove from Birmingham to Fort Walton Beach and did the bunker, I remember. I think that's the name of it there. They had a good show. It was a fun show, but it wasn't the place we've always used to do in Fort Walton Beach, so it has a different name. I think it was the bunker. And then I had Sunday and Monday off, but I went back to Birmingham, stayed in the hotel, and then on last night I headlined Stardome again. So now I'm on my way back to Charlotte because I'm headlining Snowshoe, West Virginia, this Friday and Saturday.
Okay.
So I'm on the Mount Porter.
It makes you burpy, doesn't it?
I do like it though. It gives them you know what I've noticed too about beers is that we drink on the show, and this show I appreciate very much because I was always just, dude, when I met you, I was straight up Miller High Life. Mm-hmm. That's all I would drink. I wouldn't even try other beers.
Right.
So being on the show, I've learned that drinking better beer, even though sometimes the beers themselves are more expensive, they're worth it. And they get because my mom drinks a lot of Bud Light. Yep. And she can drink this much Bud Light, and it's not even near as crisp of a buzz as and a little Ed taking the edge off as that beer. I like that. I really like the buzz this beer gives me. Yeah. I've had a little half of a glass here, and it feels good. And it's not a heavy buzz like normally from Guinness. Right. And those things are. Have you noticed the new marketing that a lot of the big beer companies are doing, especially with some of their light beers? But I've seen it with Anheuser-Busch and a few others. The big thing that they're trying to push now is that a beer like Budweiser has less calories in it than a craft beer, so it should be healthier for you. I don't care about that. All the alcoholic chicks I know are skinny. Yeah. All the guys I know that might drink a lot of beer and shit, they're not fat. Like people that drink a lot of beer, if anything, they have a gut. Yeah. You know, but people who drink a lot of beer tend to not really worry about calories. Well, no. That Michelob Ultra shit, I'll look off the stage sometimes and I'll see a fella who's pushing 280, 290, drinking Michelob Ultra. Dude, that's not where you need to be cutting corners. Right. That's not, you know what I mean? Maybe not the fucking bologna sandwiches at fucking lunchtime. Maybe that's the problem. But roller dogs. Yeah. Maybe no more fucking Stucky's goddamn pecan logs.
Well, it's one of those things where if somebody's going to drink, it's sort of like hamburgers are not bad for you. A hamburger every day is bad for you.
Really?
Or yeah, it can be.
Five Guys hamburgers for you every day?
Well, I'm getting to the point. So let's say you saw Super Size Me where the guy ate McDonald's.
Yeah. Morgan Spurlock.
Yeah, it's the quality of what's going into you that's more important than anything. And next to that is consumption. So would you get fat drinking 12 of these? Yes. But your liver will eventually give out if that's what you do on a regular basis.
I don't think if I drank 12 of those, I think I'd be sick. Like I'd be sick from alcohol, just being drunk.
You would be.
I'd be fucking fighting in the street over a soccer match.
But it's one of those where the reason that those beers have less calories is because they have less stuff in them. There's less stuff in those.
There's less beer in it.
Yeah, it's less beer.
Water.
More water, less beer, less grain, whatever it is that they, that particular brewery uses to make their beer. So it's going to give you less taste. It's going to give you less of everything. This is the kind of beer that we can sit and we would drink slowly on a beer like this over the course of 10 minutes, 15, 20 minutes. If you're drinking like Michelob Light, that one's gone in about 3 swallows, especially if you're on the beach. If you're on the beach.
I was tripping on mushrooms one time in college, and we went to the Charlotte Motor Speedway, me and my friend John, who remained anonymous, Rush, and we went to the Speedway, and we had a cooler full of like those cheap-ass beers.
Right.
And we were tripping on mushrooms, and the bottom of the cooler busted out while we were walking through the Speedway entrance, and all the beers went rolling around. They looked like they had tracers behind them, like there was like fucking Star Wars, like fucking the X-Wing fighters coming out of that fucking thing. Yeah. They were all going everywhere, and that's all I remember. And then people like would pick them up and bring them to us, and everybody brought our beers back to us in the Speedway.
Well, that was
crazy?
Sweet.
Yeah,
that was nice.
Yeah. The moral of that story is those beers taste like shit. When people at the race bring them back to you and say, "Here, this is yours. I don't want it." Yeah, you did. Here, this is yours. I don't do my floating head. That's how it was.
Okay, go ahead.
Has anyone seen my Schlitz? No, wait, not with it. Anybody seen my Milwaukee Bears? John, where's our beer? I don't think the mushrooms are hitting me yet.
Oh, I know what I didn't tell people at the top of the show. If you dig in what you're seeing, make sure you're following us on social media. You're here on Facebook with us now, so you're seeing the show. Probably seeing it if you're seeing it live. If it's
you don't have a job.
Yeah. If it's a little after 4 on the 20th of February, then
we're like a what do they call those things that you go on the internet and all of a sudden everybody's dancing at the mall?
A flash mob.
We're Flash Mob podcast. We're Flash Pod.
Flash Pod.
Flash Pod.
Dude.
Hashtag Flash Pod.
There you go.
You heard it. Mine. You guys got to witness. If that goes viral. It wasn't Brian. It was me. All that laugh your glass off stuff.
Hey, that was a great
Flash Pod. Hashtag Flash Pod.
Hashtag Flash Pod.
Hashtag Flash Pod. I'll drink some more porter. These guys got me. This is, you know what? Since we've been back doing the show, this Bell's Comstock, Michigan porter, very good. We should tour the brewery in the summertime.
I like that idea.
You can
also you can follow us on Instagram. We're at Suds and Buds Podcast. I've been posting between Facebook and Instagram. I've been posting more videos, little short snippets of things from past episodes.
Yeah, the one that you did with your brother is funny as shit, man.
Oh, he's hysterical. He's going to be on the show maybe in another couple of weeks, I hope. Also, this is super, super duper important. Make sure you go to YouTube. Go to youtube.com/SudsBudsPodcast and hit the subscribe button. Even if you watch us here live on Facebook, if you listen to us in your favorite podcast app, which is another way you can find us, iTunes, Stitcher, Google Podcast.
Like shit I never even heard of, man.
Yeah, there's all kinds of cool apps that you can
I still have a Hotmail account.
Yeah, we got to talk about
I get weird stuff about that.
I asked him the other day, I was like, so do you have a Gmail account? He's like, Gmail, what's that?
Yeah, I have a Hotmail account, and then I have the one through my GoDaddy, my website. I have a GoDaddy one. Is that bad? Am I supposed to do that or not?
Well, everybody has a Gmail account of some sort. Even if you don't. Well, everybody but Mike has a Gmail account. So you can share
Is that
stuff.
why I'm not famous?
That's probably
Missing all these Gmails.
that might be your first hint.
Yeah, no shit.
Your second
I'll
hint.
probably start doing your jokes.
Yeah, exactly.
Next thing you know,
You'd blow
that's
up.
the guy I want to make a movie one day about two dudes. They're and they both do stand up. And when you're watching the movie, one of them is really bad.
Yeah.
But in the movie, it's opposite. Like they think he's fantastic.
Yes.
And then and the other one is funny when you're watching the movie, and the crowd in the movies they don't
just
laugh. They don't,
stone-faced.
they don't get it. And it's about how his life. And
I'm gonna do my camera on this one.
He's living. Yeah, he's living. Looks like that just looks like an angry gay dude. You're not getting in the club, man. Not with that short sleeve T-shirt and that vest. You're not, buddy.
Oh, I missed you, man.
I missed you too.
I'm glad we're back on our game.
I think we're back. Yeah.
It feels like.
Well,
it
that's
feels
what
like
happened when you write some notes down there.
Yeah. So I took a few notes this week. I heard a few things. There was a great. If you want to, you can open another beer. There was a great piece that was on WSB TV, which is our local ABC station, where they were talking about this website that I bookmarked over here. TripSavvy.com. I don't know anything about TripSavvy. I guess it's like Yelp or something like that. But they did a whole article on their site about where to go in 2019. And so the story that I saw was the best town for beer snobs is Atlanta, Georgia. And I thought, of all the places to go, Atlanta is the best place. Turns out it is.
Wait, for beer snobs to go, or where beer snobs are from?
If you're traveling and you're a beer snob, one of the places you might want to put highest on your list to go because of the beers is Atlanta, Georgia.
Okay.
Because in the entire state of Georgia, we've got 69 different craft beer breweries.
That's ironic. Because I like a beer that sits on my tongue. And there are 69 breweries in the city of Atlanta, Georgia. What are the odds?
Wow.
Oh, wow.
I'll be danged. So, and 20 of those are just in the metro Atlanta area.
Right.
So there's a high concentration of these craft breweries. None of the ones that we're drinking today are. Why don't you tell people, what are we drinking
King
here?
coconut porter.
Yes.
I haven't had a swallow yet, but I'm praying to God that there's no coconut in this beer.
Why is that?
Because that's one thing I don't eat candy bars with coconut in it.
Okay.
If you got coconut in there, you might as well give me cilantro beer. I'm not drinking that shit either, and I'm not drinking
The one's got clamato juice in it?
No, Brussels sprout beer. Oh, I would never have any of that. So if you ever have that too, those are the three things: cilantro beer, Brussels sprout beer. And if this has coconut in it, I'm throwing it at you.
I thought you were going to say you were allergic.
It's no.
This podcast was about to get really, really interesting.
King coconut.
Watch Mike blow
King
up.
coconut porter. I can't read it. Catawba Brewing Company.
Okay, where are they at?
It's a limited release, so if it has coconut in it, thank God. Beverage company. Morganton, North Carolina.
Okay, North Carolina.
So it's from North Carolina, my home state. So I'm praying that this is good.
Yeah.
But that porter from Michigan, it was really good.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping this.
Michigan porter, Michigan football, two good things, right?
Yeah, that's brutal. Man, that is fucking awful.
Here we go.
Sorry, dude. Brian,
Oddly
come on,
enough.
man, that's like fucking Starbucks beer. Wow.
It tastes like coffee.
It tastes like coconuts, dude. It tastes like milk, coffee milk.
When you smell it, you smell the coconuts.
I'm sorry, man. I know they're working hard.
Yeah.
But damn, I could not drink that. Where'd you find
this?
that?
This is at the same place I found
I need
the
this
other one.
porter to wash that shit down.
Go ahead. Yeah, so this has a...
Damn.
It definitely has like a nutty kind of thing going on. There's definitely...
I can't read all that.
I think they put the shell of the coconut in here, I think, is what they did. It does.
I think the dudes who make it are cocoa fucking nuts. That's what I fucking think. I'm sorry, but we've had the best beer since we've done our reunion. Yeah. And this is by far probably, besides that beer we had that time that was, what's that Budweiser shit that has the clam in it.
The Clamato.
The chlamydia beer, whatever that shit was. The Clamato.
That was awesome.
Those, if I put me on an island, I'd fucking die. I'd just die right there on the beach if both the crates that washed up on the beach after the ship went down was coconut beer
You'd pull
and
a board
Clamato,
off and
I'd fucking
fall on it like a sword.
Yeah. I'd kill myself by busting myself in the head with those beer cans. That's how I'd do it. Because I would not. Oh, man. I want to thank Bell's Brewery in Comstock, Michigan for giving me something to wash down that shit.
It's funny because...
Did I just pour it in that shit?
You might have.
I sure did. I just mixed it with that shit. God damn it.
To see if it makes it better.
No, now
There's Bell's.
Now it's going to send me in another dimension.
If you don't mind drinking after me.
Yeah, that's Bell's right there. I got some more Bell's right here.
Okay.
It'd be nice if they'd send us a little bit of that shit.
Yeah, why not? You'd be the keeper of the bells.
Okay. That's
There's a song, right?
Fucking couldn't have thought of that first thing in the morning.
So, this is definitely going to be an acquired taste. I can see why it's a limited run, limited edition.
Yeah,
I don't definitely see them doing a whole lot of these.
No, that definitely isn't. I don't mean to be rude, but man, and I know this show's not. I mean, I appreciate you for making beer, but damn.
Yeah. I'm only really drinking it because I paid for it. That's it. Yeah. That's the only reason I'm drinking it is because I paid for it. It's thick coming out of the can, dude.
It came out of there like dip spit at the end. It threw me back onto the Cub Scout bus. Oh, get off me, Scott Griffin. Get off.
Do it again.
Cub Scout bus, dip spit swallow. Dip spit swallow. Did you see how it came out of there like that?
Yeah.
Oh, somebody call Coach. Shit. Man, that's brutal, dude.
Like I say, I paid for it, so I'm going to drink it. But, it's one of those. It's an acquired taste. I mean,
here, put that on your mantle. That's a limited edition.
Oh, there you go, right there, nice and pretty for the people there.
Woo, that beer was rough, man.
Oh,
how does that even fall? That should not even fall under beer. It should fall under like wine or something.
It definitely. They should have a category for beer that's not beer that you'd expect, but it's not something like wine. Like we had one a couple of years ago that tasted like grapes and grape juice, and that was like the first kind.
Are you shopping, man?
Just wherever they got weird beers, man.
You got grape juice beer and coconut beer. What the fuck are you doing, man?
I'm walking on the wild side, man. I'm telling you, at 47, I have very few vices at this point. Food, obviously. That's the extra 30 pounds. But weird beers, just weird freaking beers. That's one of my.
How'd you find this one?
I walked up to the case at the same liquor store I always go to, and I went, all right, what are all the porters that are weird? And that was the first one that came up.
You need to tell the guys in the liquor store to watch the show.
Oh, well, they may like that or not, because they may end up with 800 cases of coconut.
Man, nobody's listening. Dude, if they don't sell that shit, it's not our fault.
Right. No. It's definitely like this was an idea. Somebody that liked coconut.
I would like to maybe find
porters.
another beer from them to see what their beer tastes like.
Oh, definitely. Oh, we had a little bit of a backlash. It was a very subtle backlash from the last episode we did, because one of those beers we didn't like. And so because of the way that I keep track of all the social media stuff, one of the breweries left a nice comment, and then when they actually saw what we said about their beer, they pulled their comment off.
Oh.
I was like, well, come on, guys.
What beer was it?
I'm not going to tell you because I just
want to be.
I saw it go away.
I'm not a beer connoisseur. I'm just a guy who likes to drink beers with his friends. I'm not a beer snob anymore. So my beer snobbery was very white trashy snobby. It was just one beer. Because I thought it was cool to drink High Life. So
right.
That's what and you turned me on to like actual about, you can actually, and I guess at the same time too, the breweries kind of took off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So there's more options.
You know who we have to thank for craft breweries taking off?
Sam Adams.
No, not that far back, but close. He's a president.
Oh, a president who breweries taking off. Like, how far back do I need to go? Roosevelt. Nixon.
You're coming in the right direction.
Ford.
You're getting warmer.
Reagan. Carter.
Jimmy Carter. We can thank Jimmy Carter because on October 14th, 1978, he signed a thing. It was House Resolution 1337.
Okay, all right.
And what it did is it eliminated or gave tax exemption for home brewers. Up until then, the reason it was illegal, because of the past 50 years, because of prohibition, the reason it was really illegal to brew your own beer was taxes. They couldn't tax it. It's sort of
like marijuana.
You got me. You beat me to the punch.
Sort of like. That's exactly what's happening with marijuana.
It's exactly what's happening with marijuana.
I had a guy come up to me after my show in Fort Walton Beach at the Bunker.
Yep.
And he said that he was a nurse in Florida, and all he did was talk to people all day about marijuana. And he moved there to do that, and he said, "What's this?" He saw it on my T-shirt. This has our website on it. He said, "What is this about weed?" And I'm like, "No, it's two guys that drink. We drink beer, and we're buds. We're friends."
Friends, yeah.
And he laughed, and he said he would watch it if we talked about weed.
If we talked about weed, then half the people that pay me to work for them would never hire me again. I can tell you now, a third of the people that I work for will never hire me now that I'm doing the show again.
I'd much rather hit some coconut weed than coconut beer. I'll tell you that shit.
I think you got an idea. I think you write that one down. There's an idea. Oh, I got a question. Yes. We're going to come back to this whole. All right. I'm gonna finish a thought and then we'll go to this other thing I want to show you. So Jimmy Carter, Democratic president. Mm-hmm. I'm going to get us in trouble. Is that okay?
Yeah, go ahead. I was looking at myself picking my nose on the thing here. Go ahead. Your Twitch? What was your Twitch you said you had?
Oh, I pull on my.
My nose runs for some reason.
It has everything to do with the extra 30 pounds I'm carrying right now. I'm trying to cover myself.
Keep commenting on it, man. Are you bothered by it? Why don't you just start walking those dogs, man? Take Vinny out.
Thyself. I started back to the gym. I've had a gym membership forever, but going.
Shmim. Just go walking around your neighborhood. You got hills around here. I loved walking when I lived in Smyrna, man. Like living in Smyrna with all the hills and shit. It's fantastic.
Oh, yeah. You had a great neighborhood back in the day for doing that. I remember your neighborhood.
Yeah, but fucking people change.
Well,
I'll drink to that. Coconuts, man.
Pour out a little for our homies.
Is that why you poured that back in there? I'm sure it is. I've never seen Brian do anything like that in my life. He just gave it back to the beer. Your beer's so good, Brian just gave it back to the can there.
So, all right. So, Democratic president. And we can thank Senator Alan Cranston, Democrat from California, for bringing that House resolution forward. That is the watershed moment.
Are you trying to get us to vote Democrat or something, 2020 or some shit? You're going to start selling me on it now? I don't want your flyer.
No, honestly, I can't do that, though, because I didn't vote Democrat or Republican in the last election.
I voted Libertarian every election.
I voted Libertarian this last time.
We voted for Gary Johnson, who did not know where Aleppo was, which is fucking scary, but that's a lot less scary than the other two options in that.
Can I ask you why? I think I know the answer to this question, but I'll ask you, why did you vote for Gary Johnson?
Because number one and number two, he's not Hillary Clinton or Donald Trump.
Okay.
Number three, I vote for Libertarians because I want to have enough people that vote Libertarian in those elections to keep us on the ballot.
Right.
And I think Libertarians is closest to patriotism as anything we could have now.
Right.
Everything else is kind of underneath that's kind of, I mean, you got Ross Perot. What was his party? What party was Ross Perot?
I don't remember.
And then the Tea Party.
Independent?
The Tea Party made a little bit of a fucking.
He had enough money to be independent.
At the Tea Party, yeah. Ross Perot didn't have money.
He had enough money to be independent.
Oh, I thought you said he did not.
No, he had enough to be independent.
I don't know what party he was.
He could be his own island. He was.
Yeah. Well, who was his running mate? You remember?
See, I don't remember. That's his personality was so strong.
Here's what we're going to do. Yep. We're going to take this money here. We're going to do this here. Who was that? He was in. It was Gore and Clinton and Bush and Quayle.
I told you, man. I
that
Google
was
everything
92 was Perot, right? Perot and somebody, and then Bush, Clinton, or Bush, Quayle, right?
I'll tell you why.
Clinton Gore and Clinton Gore won.
Oh, I didn't vote.
I didn't ask you that shit yet. I'm still trying to figure out this fucking who Ross Perot's running mate was. But I vote Libertarian just because I want. That's the closest. Like Tim Wilson always said, do all the heroin you want, just stay the fuck out of my yard.
Okay.
So I like that little idea, and also somebody has to get close to the Democrats and the Republicans and make it. And it's not. It cannot be. It's not going to be the Green Party.
Right.
It's not. There's no one else with any kind of traction. But the Libertarians always are at least on the ballot.
Right.
So I
They're
feel
at least
obligated.
on the ballot.
I feel obligated. Underdog. I think maybe underdogs where I come from a little bit too.
Definitely.
And the Republican and the Democratic Party have been hijacked by the extreme right and the extreme left. I don't want to talk about this shit on this show, dude. All it does is divide listeners.
I know.
Well, I don't talk about it in my stand-up. I don't want people to know what I think about that shit.
Well, I have a very pragmatic reason. I don't think this will divide anybody. Honestly, I don't. All right, so let's pretend for just a second that you're hiring for the company you own.
Okay.
How are you going to hire the right person for the company you own?
Oh, based on skill and how and
experience, skill, resume. You're going to look at their track record. Do they have a history of being able to do the things at maybe a smaller scale or a slightly different scale, but have they actually done the things that they're going to have to do in some way, shape, or form that you're hiring them to do? That was exactly the reason why I voted for him, because him and his running mate both had been in a position where they had done the same kind of work. Somewhere. He was a governor. They were both governors. My whole point in doing all my research, trying to pick somebody that I was going to vote for, I wanted to vote for someone that had a track record and a good, solid track record that you could look at and go, yeah, he actually got this stuff done. And those two guys together, if I were hiring and scoring candidates for a position I was going to pay somebody to do, they had the
well, I think Hillary Clinton drinks coconut beer, and that's why I have a problem with it.
That's why you didn't.
See how it just mucks down the conversation. This show has lost all its momentum because we're talking about who we fucking voted for in an election where our votes didn't even really count anyway.
Well, there's that too.
To the rich man, all poor people look the same. Drive-by truckers.
Now
you thought that was going to be like Churchill or something, didn't you? You thought that was going to be somebody profound?
I didn't think it came out of your head.
Nelson Mandela. I'm all like, drive-by truckers. ZZ Top. She's got legs. Hey, Brian. Every girl's crazy about a sharp-dressed man. That reminds me, Brian showed me downstairs
The Dirt.
The trailer for the Motley Crue movie that's coming out.
Yes. So everybody this year went crazy over. I liked A Star Is Born.
What is that?
You didn't see A Star Is Born with Bradley Cooper and Lady Gaga?
I have no desire to see anything with
Did you see
Lady Gaga? She running for Libertarian office. Lady Gaga.
Did you see A Star Is Born with Chris Christopherson and Barbara Streisand? You didn't see that?
It's the same movie?
Well, it's based on the same premise. They've rewritten the story. It was really good, actually.
I like Chris Christopherson. I like Barbara Streisand. I didn't know, but I would rather see that movie than Bradley Cooper.
And you might be right. You might be right. Not if you're voting for Oscars, but yeah, you might be right. So that was the big movie last year as far as music movies go, and Bohemian Rhapsody go.
I haven't seen that one either.
Oh,
who's that about?
Get another beer. So, Bohemian Rhapsody.
Galileo, Brian.
You're supposed to sing it.
But I was quoting it it was like Churchill. Like I was.
One of the ones that I'm working on, the little minute sips, the Suds and Buds sips. That's what I'm calling those.
Here's the new raisin beer. This new Raisin Bran beer from Kellogg's. Kellogg's got Raisin Bran beer today. We're also going to have Raisin beer. We have coconut beer. Here's a little bit of fucking kitty litter beer. You want some kitty litter bitter beer? Jesus.
So one of the sips I'm working on.
Bell's Brewery, Comstock, Michigan, for saving Brian's show today. Okay, hang on. This is
all right.
It's more like the name, even the Windridge.
Yep.
Barn Dog Chocolate Vanilla Imperial Porter.
Can you tell why I got that in the first place?
It has a dog on it.
There you go. That's the only reason I bought it, and it said Porter. It had a dog on it, and it said Porter.
Usually when you get another dog, you name it Porter.
I like that idea, actually. That's a long time away, though. Vinny's still only 2, so I got a ways to go. Whoa. All right. Is that one pretty thick to blood? Oh, man, that does pour thick. Look at that, dude.
Don't put it in your dip spit.
Don't mix those
Put
two
that
up.
one over there in the ladies section.
Oh, speaking of ladies. Oh, hang on. I got to show this one. I have got to show this one. I found a really hot lady this week.
Oh God.
Would you like to take a look at the screen behind us?
Oh, that's my mama.
Yeah, dude.
That's Nipper.
Oh, that's a sweet picture, dude.
That's look at that car next door. Check it out. That is on Reed Harkey Drive. That was when I was a Latchkey kid, dude.
Really?
I was a Latchkey kid. My mom was hot, dude.
I was going to say, your mom, she could have been the candidate for the third Mrs. Stevens.
Yeah, she was 18 when I was born. So yeah, 19 when I was born. So yeah, Nipper, he was a sharp-looking little fella. But I lived there. It was on Reed Harkey Drive, and I was a Latchkey kid. And my mom knew somebody that worked at the Channel 9 News.
Yeah.
I don't know how she knew him, but she was pretty hot, so I can probably know how she knew him. Stop it, dude. Stop it. I'll fucking fuck you up, man. Fuck you. That's my mama. Don't you talk about my mama. So,
wait. Hey, put this guy up. Hang on. All right.
Who do you got? That's Poppy. That's who I'm supposed to remind everybody. That's my granddad. I can't believe you found these. Yeah. That's my mama.
Yeah.
Dude,
I still have a weakness.
Smoking, dude.
I have a weakness for
smoking hot,
let's
bro.
see. I have a weakness for blondes.
I have a weakness for fucking goddamn Clark Griswold wagons. So anyway, we lived there, and I was a latchkey kid, which means my mom worked.
Yeah.
And my mom and dad were divorced, and so when I came home from school, in like elementary school, there was nobody there. It was just me and Nipper.
Yeah.
And so my mom knew this guy that worked for the news, and they happened to be doing a story on latchkey kids.
Okay.
So the news came to my mom's house and filmed.
Creepy guy with a camera came to your house.
Filmed me like the kid coming home and his parents are at work, and like filmed me like unlocking the door with my dog and like hanging out at home all alone after school. My mom's at work. It's on the news. Like, just put it out there. And my dad was pissed. My dad called on like, "What the fuck? You can't." Kid's in fourth grade.
They have the house number in the story.
Yeah, dude, everything. The house, the news. The news, that's what I'm saying. The news came and did a story on me being home alone. And like, dude, here,
364
this is where he puts the key
Elm
under.
Lane.
Yeah, but no, 515 Deer Creek Drive, dude. That house. Like here's his grandparents going back to New York. Bye, Grandpa. And here's Mom going to work. Oblivious to shit. Look at her. She doesn't know what's going on in her life right now.
The next day, 20 very randy pedophiles show up at your door.
Cars cruising by real slow. It's like 1981, man. Come on, yeah, fuck yeah. You just got to get in the paper to get kidnapped. But yeah, I was on the news, Channel 9 News. My dad was mad as shit. My dad called my mom, was like, "What the hell are we doing here? Like, why do we have my kid on the news about being home alone after school?"
I like your dad even more.
He likes
now.
to take a bath all by himself when he gets home from school right away. That's a true story, man.
That's hysterical.
Yeah. So that's my mama.
Did they have pictures like this when they?
Oh, dude, go Bucks, dude. How many motherfuckers you know with a Tampa Bay Buccaneers wallet?
0.
I had the bedspread.
You could pick winners even back then, couldn't you?
Dude, yeah, that wall tells you we weren't steady. We moved around a lot. It tells you we moved around a lot. You got one pennant for like 6 weeks. I was a huge Bucks fan, dude. They were like 0-14, and I had the. You know why I got all that shit? It was all on sale because it was Tampa Bay Buccaneers shit. No, I like Doug Williams. And look, fucking wallet.
Look at you.
Fuck yeah.
That
Shoot
pose,
for the stars, Brian.
Staying alive. You're a dancing Bucks fan.
Top buttons, look. Fuck you, dude. I had it going on. All right, one day I'm going to go up and drink coconut beer. I was a huge Bucks fan.
I love that picture.
Tampa Bay Buccaneers, man. Go Bucks!
How about we taste this beer, dude?
All right. A little darker than the porter.
Yeah.
From Michigan, but I like it. It's not coconut. Oh God, the legend's here. In
the chat room.
Scotty Stevens has entered the room, y'all. Scotty Stevens is here.
And he's wearing a Tampa Bay hat.
You can't fuck with greatness, man. I had the bedspread. I had the jacket. I had those little tiny helmets.
You were in.
You know those little helmets that you get, those NFL ones. I had all those. I don't know why I picked the Bucks. Weird.
You like the pirate,
Doug Williams. I like Doug Williams.
I get it. You like the pirate. He had the knife. He had the knife in his teeth. He was a badass.
Yeah,
he couldn't play football worth a shit.
And John McKay was their coach. John McKay. And they were like 0-14 or 0-12 or something one year.
Yeah.
78 or some shit.
That's
crazy.
Dude. Yeah, that one was one of the great treasure troves that I found that I had to ask you about.
There's more out there. My mom was quite a looker. One time, me and Clay came back to my mom's house, and there was a tow truck in the driveway. I tell you this? No. There was a tow truck in the driveway. Okay. And Clay's like, man, your mom, she got a dude in there? And we were like in 6th grade. Yeah. So we walk in the house, and this dude's watching TV in my house, and my mom's like laying with her head on his lap watching TV, and he's like rubbing her hair, and I'm like, who's this motherfucker? And Clay's like, damn, this guy's fucking your mama. And I'm like, you motherfucker, don't you say nothing about none of that. You know, you get all bowed up, like, oh, fuck, that's my mama. So we were all mad. That guy was eyeballing me, like, yes, I'm doing it. So then we went outside. Clay and I went outside. And
was this before or after they'd consummated their arrangement?
I have no idea. It felt weird in there.
Okay, it was after.
Yeah, so it felt strange.
It was after.
So that's my mama, though, so stop. So then... So anyway, so then Clay and I go outside, and Clay's all like, man, that guy's he's doing your mom. I'm like, you better shut your fucking mouth. He's like, he's doing your mom good. Like, I'll just give it razzing me, you know? Yeah. So I let all the air out of the tow truck tires. Right? But then I realized now all I did was allow that dude to say, I got to stay here tonight. So all I did was allow this fucking dude to stay with my mama that night.
You're an angler.
Yeah, I didn't do anything but help his game. You know, he owes me a coconut beer.
While I'm here, and you still have beer.
Well, Brandon, I'm the only guy that goes around fixing flat tires. Hence, I'm the tow truck driver. And if I got flat tires on my tow truck, who's gonna come get me? I'm gonna have to camp here tonight. You don't mind if I stay here, do you, darling? Where's that future stepson of mine? I owe him a thank you. Yeah, that's crazy shit, man. So it's no more pictures of my mom when she was hot. I remember when I was walking across, we were going to the mall one time, and she was holding my hand. I was a little kid, and she got catcalled by some fucking construction worker, and I was like, don't you call my mama? I got these yelling shit. Oh, 'cause she had long blonde hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Cute.
Shut your mouth.
Brand.
If they ever have time machines,
yep.
Right, and you could be like, yeah, I'd like to go back to like 1981 and do your mom. I would let you do that, but you have to do her now first.
That's the deal.
Yeah, do her now first, and then you.
I gotta see how it turned out.
That should be anybody. Like anybody. Yeah, if you want to do her back when she was really hot, you got to do her now too when she's 70. Fucking awesome. That's like the kid who wins the National Spelling Bee should have to spell the name of the kid who won last year to win. Same type of process.
I love it. Right? The gauntlet. I love it. Tell me about. I got one more. Tell me about this kid.
That was my dad's Volkswagen. That was Martha. That was her name.
Somebody starving for attention.
Yeah. That was my first selfie.
You were ahead of your time.
Right. That's a kid.
Even then, you were ahead of your time.
That's a Latchkey kid, if you've ever seen it. I had that same haircut. That's a Bucks fan right there, buddy. November 1980. So I was June 72.
Third grade?
Eight. Yeah, third grade. Miss Craig.
Nice.
Was my third grade teacher, Miss Craig. Yeah, Matthews Elementary School.
Miss Mack is the one I remember.
Miss Mack.
Miss Mack. She was a tall black lady who was very, very attractive and very stern. She never laughed.
Miss Craig was a little old black lady. Remember when teachers were old, though?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. It's not like now where every other story on the news is some hot 23-year-old sleeping with a student.
I was in drama class. This is a true story. You might find this odd.
Where's this going?
Oh, I was in drama class and I was at East, so I was probably 10th grade.
Okay.
In high school. And they have in drama, if any of our listeners or viewers can, I just watched myself scratch my balls on the thing. I did a shift change.
It's even weirder when you're 3 feet from it.
Yeah. So 10th grade, I was in drama class. And when you would do drama competitions, not drama, a debate. I'm sorry, it was debate.
Okay.
When you would do debate competitions.
Big difference, by the way.
Yes, I know. And I don't know why I was saying drama, but what I meant was I was in debate class in 10th grade.
Because this could be a completely different story if you're in drama class.
Right. I had debate class in 10th grade. And I cannot remember the lady teacher's name. Can't remember her name. East Mecklenburg, 1988. 87, 88.
Yeah.
88,
Man, you just went back.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what years it was exactly. So if anybody who is listening to me knows who that lady might have been. Debate teacher, 1987, 88, East Mecklenburg High School, in that one hallway across from the special needs kids. Was the hallway that class was on. And then there was like a outdoor patio that you could walk out to there. Anyway, in debate competitions, I never knew this until I was in that class. It wasn't always standard debate competition where I would do something and you would retort.
Right.
There were other aspects to the art form of debate.
Like?
One of them was you would pick the scene out of a movie.
Okay.
And you would act that movie scene out alone.
Okay.
You would do both characters.
Okay.
And it was like you had to pick like 5 minutes of a scene.
Okay.
Right? I'm in 10th grade.
And you did Goodfellas.
Huh?
You did Goodfellas.
I probably would have picked, in hindsight now, I would have picked, as far as great movies go, I probably would have, if I could have picked anything but You're a Kid, I don't know what you can get away with, would be Dennis Hopper and Christopher Walken in True Romance.
Oh, wow.
I would have picked that. That's my favorite scene ever in a movie. So I would have, but I don't. In 10th grade, I don't even know if I knew what that scene was. I don't even know. In 10th grade, I don't know. I probably would pick Star Wars.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, but I didn't know what to pick. Is the point too? That's good. It takes me to where I need to be. She picked it for me.
Okay.
The teacher did. Do you know what she picked?
No.
The Graduate.
Holy cow.
Yes.
And
I had to act out the scene.
Okay.
Where the old lady seduces the young man in The Graduate, and that's what she picked for me to do.
Okay.
Do you think I could have had that?
If ever there was a bigger hint, I don't.
You know what I mean? Like now that I'm 46 years old, I remember that, and nothing ever happened. I never went to her house.
Right.
You know what I mean? It was just. But in hindsight, now I look at it and I think, why did that lady pick this old lady seducing a young dude? And I remember standing, and I got like good marks and grades.
Right.
I went to a weekend competition with the rest of the class. Like it wasn't just me and her. And I did that thing, and I did really well. But I think my friends weren't into debate or nothing like that, so I kind of didn't really get into it.
Yeah, yeah.
But I think I could have. Now that I do and do it in my life now, I think I could have been good at it.
Oh, sure.
But yeah, I never really got into it. But isn't that weird that she made me pick? She picked that scene for me.
Have you always been oblivious like that to a savvy advance by an intellectual woman?
A dude that I apparently went to college with, and he was in one of my classes. It was a history class, and of maybe Eastern Europe, and it was because I remember the lady talking about Charlemagne. Yeah, the whole time. And is that Eastern Europe, like way back in the day? Wherever Charlemagne, whatever part of Europe that was, I had a history class at NC State. And the person that was in I can't remember who it was, but they said, yeah, I remember this time we was in this history class, and so-and-so, that lady, man, she's all about you. And I don't have no memory of that.
Really?
Like, I have no memory of any, I have no recollection. I never came close. I don't even remember what.
No bell ever rung.
Never in my life. Really? Never. I wish it would have. I was 21 years old and I was in college. That would be a great thing to have in your life. Like,
we'd be talking about it right now.
Yeah, you know what I mean? But I was just a dude and I don't remember any of that. And I've always carried around that whole Graduate thing. Like, why the fuck?
Yeah.
And my dad and my mom never came to my debate thing, so they didn't see it. Right. So I don't know. It's just strange.
Yeah, she knew that of all the things to come to, debate was not one of them. Yeah, for parents anyway. But I'm oblivious to that too. Like unless someone is really blatant about their approach, I've always been oblivious when it comes to women. There were girls that I saw in my high school reunion that one in particular I'm thinking of that's a writer now that she just straight up she said, "Did you not know the entire time we went to school together I had a crush on you?"
Well, now you're just bragging. Well, I'm just trying to tell you stuff that happened to me with old ladies in art forums, and now you're talking about how you almost got fucking approached by every girl you went to high school. It's not about sex, Brian.
No, I'm talking about The Graduate's not about sex.
No, I'm just saying it's just odd that people, even teachers were, even at that time we were talking about teachers, and even at that time. that shit was still out there.
Well, teachers are people, but I guess we looked at them different.
I wish I could remember how old that lady was at the time.
If you did the math, eventually you'd figure it out, and she might not be as old as you think.
No, Clay and I had a teacher at Randolph named Miss Langdon.
Yeah.
And she was really pretty, and she had just graduated from college. So I remember she would talk about going to Appalachian State, and we always had that teacher crush on her.
Oh, yeah.
So she was probably only, 24, 25?
Yeah.
Because she had just graduated college.
Yeah.
So they were still young back then, but they weren't like...
They didn't look young. Not like they look young now.
No. I don't think I could teach. I don't think I could teach because all the kids dressed like strippers and gang members and fucking assholes. I couldn't handle the kids.
I saw Breakfast Club.
You gotta pull your pants up, dude. Put a bra on. God damn it.
Breakfast Club was on TV the other day, and they're going to show it up at the theater next week for $2 or something here in Sugar Hill. And there's that whole scene where the teacher and the badass are in the closet, and the teacher gets in his face, and basically he's like, just punch me right here. Just punch me right here. That's something you'd never see nowadays for one reason, because the student would punch the teacher. Back then, you could put a scene like that in a movie, and it felt real. Like, the whole time I was watching Breakfast Club, as I'm tooling around the house, I'm like, God, this movie's not as good as I thought it was. The message is good, but the movie itself, like that scene in particular, I thought, well, yeah, I wouldn't punch my teacher. That's not what I would do.
You know, my favorite Anthony Michael Hall movie is?
What is that?
Johnny Be Good. It's got the same dude in it, doesn't it? Isn't he the football coach and the same kid? The guy was in the.
I've never seen that movie.
You've never seen Johnny Be Good, where he was a football player?
No.
And he got recruited by he was a quarterback, and his coach drove a Pacer.
No.
Yeah.
Put it on my Netflix.
Yeah.
Johnny right after the dirt. Right after the dirt, I'm gonna watch Johnny Be Good. We'll keep it in a music theme. Yeah. At least by the name.
Yeah, and it's got Anthony Michael Hall in it. He stars in, and Robert Downey Jr.
Oh gosh,
he's a big. He's the backup. He's his best friend. Yeah. I'm puking up coconut.
Well, let everybody see that can. Put the can out front on this last one that we're drinking.
Oh, where's
the dog can?
Oh yeah, this is good beer too. I like the Windridge Barn Dog, but I'm telling you, the big winner today.
I didn't think I was going to like that one.
Bell's Porter, big winner today.
Yeah, the Barn Dog's a good one. Now, I will say it's got a little bit of a bite to it. If you want something that's smooth, this might not be the beer for you.
It's got a bite. It's got a damn dog on the damn can.
You picked it up. Nice. I like that.
Didn't even take 3 pages of goddamn notebook paper. I only saved 1 tree in that joke there.
Oh, man.
Right, well, I've enjoyed your company today.
It's been good. Today felt like
the show
7 years ago.
Right.
It felt like we're back in it.
Yeah.
It felt like we're here. I'll officially say we really are back.
Yes. We got to get to, we're not back till Scotty Stevens comes on the show.
Well, then there's that.
Woo! That's when we're back.
So make sure.
When's his birthday?
April the 2nd.
Oh, man.
75. So now he's going to be.
Well, that works out because. Hang on now. We'll do April the 2nd here for his birthday. And the next day I'm headlining. The next 2 days after that, I'm headlining the Improv in Orlando, Florida for 2 days.
Do you hear that, Scotty? Too hotty?
We'll do the show here on his birthday, and
you have to take your birthday. You have to take it off completely.
If you live in Orlando, I'll be at the Improv headlining April 3rd and 4th. I'll be in Huntsville, Alabama, as of right now.
How do people see more about your dates?
Go to Speenberg.com and find me on Facebook, and I'm on some boats. They're all on my website. Listen to our podcast.
Yeah,
it's called sudsandbuds.net.
Yeah, you can
watch us.
Make sure you follow us everywhere. Make sure that you follow us. You're here on Facebook if you're watching live. If you're not, we're on Facebook. Suds and Buds on Facebook. Easy to find us there.
And tag us in your shit.
That's right.
Share us.
Make sure that you go to Instagram, Suds and Buds Podcast. You can follow us there. I'm putting pictures up and little video snippets all the time. And then here's the big thing we need from everybody is to go to YouTube, youtube.com/SudsBuds Podcast. We need to get to 100 subscribers so that we can secure the name of our channel.
Yeah, so spread the word. I got some t-shirts out there with our websites on it too, so that'll hopefully get some subscribers. And send in pictures of your hot mom back in the day. That'd be a good idea.
And make sure you go to us. I like that idea, actually.
Who had the hottest mom back in the day?
Hottest mom.
Hottest mom. I'm winning right now.
You're doing good, man.
Thank you, man. I appreciate you.
Thanks very much to our sponsor.
To Brenda.
SessionAce.com. Make sure you go over there, check out the brand new Shine Cymbal and Hardware Cleaner. If you're not a drummer, there's all kinds of other great stuff that you can check out, whether it's hats, watches, in-ear monitors, wallets, all kinds of really cool stuff that you can use for a lot of different
Go to my
things.
dry bar, and then you can get World's Greatest Stepdaddy t-shirts on my website. So
really?
Yeah, it's got a rat tail on the back. I should have brought them in here. I got them in my car.
Oh, cool.
Shit, next time.
And next time we'll have 3 brand new beers. One of them's probably, we're going to start trying to do a Georgia beer now that I know there's 69 different craft breweries here in Georgia.
Thanks to Bell's in
Bell's is definitely the winner.
Yes, Windridge in where's Windridge from again? We said we didn't even know where it's from.
No, where is it?
What's that say on there? I can't read that small print, dude.
Let me look under my glasses again. Hang on, here we go.
And then the coconut beer.
Dallastown, PA.
Nice. And then coconut beer is from Morganton, North Carolina.
Yeah.
Best of luck.
I'm sorry we didn't like your beer. I'm sorry that it wasn't one of the.
Yeah, we're gonna try another one of your
three.
beers.
We're gonna try it. We're definitely gonna.
That's
take
definitely a
another one.
limited edition.
We're not saying that Catawba.
That's like the Escort GT. It's like a limited edition. Like it's there's always going to be an Escort.
See, now I have to
Now
go
you
find
gotta-
that picture and put that in the feed. That's good.
All right,
So
I'll
that's
see you next.
it.
SS Boom.
Thanks so much. Drink up. We'll see you next time.